Have you ever asked yourself why some people seem to bend the world to their will, while others live bent by it? Here is the truth you were never meant to hear. Weakness is not a quirk, not an innocent flaw, not something you simply live with. Weakness is a silent poison. It seeps into your decisions, erodes your dignity, and turns your life into something smaller than it could have been. The world does not forgive weakness. The world hunts it. Most people cling to the illusion that weakness is natural, a personality trait you're born with, some innocent accident of fate. But that is a comforting lie. Weakness is a choice. Every time you avoid standing up for yourself, every time you swallow your pride, every time you accept less than you know you deserve, you are choosing to remain weak. And the price for that choice is powerlessness. Machiavelli warned us, everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. The appearance of kindness or good intentions will never be rewarded. The world rewards only strength, strategy, and results. So if you want to escape the life you're trapped in, you must learn to identify the weaknesses that hold you hostage, and then you must burn them out of yourself before they destroy everything you're working for. Number 1, weakness is programmed, not natural. You weren't born apologizing. You weren't born waiting for permission. You weren't born thinking your desires were wrong. These were installed in you, like software, by a system that profits from your compliance. From the first day you could walk, you were told to say sorry even when you weren't at fault. You were told to put the needs of others above your own. You were told not to stand too tall, not to speak too loudly, not to reach too far. You were told to settle for mediocrity because everyone is trying their best. You were told to wait for permission before chasing your ambitions. You were told to feel guilty for wanting more than those around you. That is not education. It is programming, and its purpose is simple: to raise obedient, predictable people who will never threaten the system that feeds on them. Look at how this programming infects your daily life. You wake up, and the first thing you do is check your phone, surrendering your mind to other people's priorities before you've even chosen your own. You agree to commitments you don't want because saying no feels uncomfortable, forgetting that every false yes is a betrayal of the things you truly desire. You downplay your achievements so others won't feel insecure. Punishing yourself for succeeding, you avoid difficult conversations, letting problems fester and grow until they explode into disasters that could have been handled with one firm word. Machiavelli observed, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. But you have been trained to be neither fox nor lion. You have been trained to be prey. Every time you avoid confrontation, every time you accept less than you deserve, every time you make excuses for those who disrespect you, you are rehearsing weakness. And the cruelest trick of all is this: the programming makes you believe that choosing yourself is selfish, that standards are mean, that ambition is greed. Meanwhile, the very people who fed you these rules do not follow them. They choose themselves without hesitation. They protect their interests ruthlessly. They call your obedience virtue because it makes you easier to exploit. The good news is this: once you see the programming for what it is, you can begin to delete it. Start questioning every rule you were taught about politeness. Ask yourself, does this belief serve my goals, or does it keep me small? When someone warns you to be realistic, ask, are they protecting me or protecting themselves from the threat of my success? When someone accuses you of changing, do not take it as criticism. Take it as proof that you are escaping their control. Number 2, Weakness turns you into a target. There are only two kinds of people in this world: those who take what they want and those who live off what's left. Your weaknesses are not just flaws you carry in private. They are neon signs flashing above your head. This person can be used. This person can be bent. This person can be controlled. Think about your workplace. Who gets the promotion? The one who works the hardest? Or the one who positions themselves strategically? The one who stays late every night, waiting to be noticed? Or the one who ensures their value cannot be ignored? Think about relationships. Who holds the power? The one who cares more, or the one who is willing to walk away? The one who tolerates anything just to avoid being alone? Or the one who knows their worth and demands it be honored? When you signal weakness, people test you. They push your boundaries, inch by inch, to see how much you'll tolerate. They dismiss your opinions because they know you won't defend them. They waste your time because you never protect it. They mock your goals because they know you won't fight for them. People do not respect what they can easily control. They respect what they cannot move. Machiavelli wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." That does not mean cruelty. It means becoming someone whose boundaries cannot be crossed without cost. To be feared is not to inspire terror, but to inspire caution. It is to make others think twice before wasting your time, crossing your lines, or disrespecting your presence. Every time you tolerate disrespect, you are training others to disrespect you. Every time you hesitate, you are giving others the advantage. Every time you let fear dictate your actions, you hand your power to someone else. And here is the bitter truth. Once people realize they can control you, they may use you, but they will never respect you. Even those who benefit from your weakness despise it. Weakness disgusts even the ones who exploit it. So tell yourself now, I choose respect over approval. I choose strength over comfort. Number 3, the comfort trap keeps you weak. Comfort is seductive. It tells you you're safe. You're fine. You've earned the right to rest. But comfort is the silent killer of potential. Comfort is the enemy of greatness because it removes the very conditions that force you to grow. When nothing challenges you, nothing strengthens you. Look around. How many people do you know living the exact same life they were living 5 years ago? Same job, same excuses, same problems, same frustrations. That is not fate. That is the price of choosing comfort. Comfort rots your potential. Every time you choose the easy path, you carve your dreams smaller. Dreams don't collapse in one dramatic moment. They die quietly, one comfortable decision at a time. Comfort rots your skills, just as muscles atrophy when unused. Your courage, discipline, and ambition weaken when you never test them against difficulty. Comfort rots your confidence. Real confidence is earned through trial, through facing discomfort and conquering it. When you avoid the hard path, your mind begins to doubt whether you could even handle it if it came. Comfort rots your opportunities. Every opportunity worth seizing carries risk, uncertainty, and discomfort. When you avoid those, you avoid the very doors that could change everything. Machiavelli warned, "Whoever wishes to foresee the future must consult the past, for human events ever resemble those of preceding times." The pattern has always been the same. Those who seek comfort today build cages for themselves tomorrow. The person who avoids the painful conversation ends up suffocated in a relationship that erodes their spirit. The one who avoids risk in their career spends years watching the bold overtake them. The one who avoids physical discipline wakes up in a body unfit to serve their ambitions. The one who avoids emotional discomfort lives a life that is safe but hollow. Every person you admire, every story of triumph you've heard, has one thing in common. They learned to be comfortable in discomfort. They made the phone call that terrified them. They had the conversation that risked everything. They took the step everyone else called reckless. They invested in themselves when it seemed impossible. They started before they were ready. While others worshipped comfort, they worshipped growth. And the paradox is this: the more discomfort you embrace in service of your goals, the more comfortable your life actually becomes, because you have the skills and the confidence to handle anything life throws at you. Tell yourself this now: I embrace discomfort as the price of my evolution. Number 4, the lies that destroy your power. If you want to understand why so many live as shadows of themselves, look at the lies they've swallowed. These lies are elegant cages. They sound noble, even moral, but their only purpose is to keep you passive and predictable. The first lie is that good things come to those who wait. Wrong. Good things come to those who take. While you hesitate, while you whisper, someday, someone else seizes what could have been yours. The second lie is that everyone deserves respect. Wrong again. Respect is not a gift. It is earned. When you scatter it like confetti to people who have not proven their worth, you cheapen your own. The third lie is, just be yourself and people will like you. But which version of yourself? The weaker self that bends to be accepted? That will attract weak company. The stronger self that demands space and refuses to shrink? That self may unsettle people. And that is precisely the self you need to become. The fourth lie is the deadliest. Everything happens for a reason. This is the mantra of the powerless. Things don't happen for a reason. They happen because of choices, because of strategy, because of action or inaction. To believe otherwise is to abdicate responsibility for your own destiny. Machiavelli reminded us, everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Appearances of patience, kindness, humility, they lull you into weakness. These lies don't exist to comfort you. They exist to control you. Say this to yourself now: I reject comfortable lies. I embrace uncomfortable truths. Number 5, replace emotion with calculation. Here is where most people destroy themselves. They make decisions in storms of anger, lust, fear, jealousy. They react, and then they suffer. They justify their mistakes afterward, but the damage is already done. Weak people are slaves to emotion. Strong people are masters of calculation. The successful don't silence their emotions. They study them, strip them down for information, and then decide based on logic. Your anger says, strike now. Your calculation asks, what strike will serve me most in the long term? Your fear whispers, don't risk it. Your calculation asks, what is the actual ratio of risk to reward? Your insecurity says, maybe they're right. Your calculation answers, what do they want from me? This is how emotion destroys. You react instead of respond. A reaction is instinctive, predictable, and often self-sabotaging. A response is deliberate, crafted, strategic. You make choices based on what feels right in the moment, forgetting that feelings shift like wind, but consequences last years. And because emotions make you predictable, others can manipulate you. They know how to provoke you, how to flatter you, how to guilt you, how to steer you where they want. You waste energy fighting battles that don't matter, battles your pride tricked you into, battles you could have avoided entirely. Calculation changes everything. Before you act, ask, what outcome do I want? Before you commit, ask, how will this affect me 6 months from now? Before you respond, ask, is this worth my time, or is it just feeding my ego? Machiavelli said, the wise man does at once what the fool does at last. The fool reacts, then regrets. The wise calculates, then acts, and never needs to apologize. This does not make you cold. It makes you precise. Emotions are signals, not commands. They show you what matters, but calculation tells you how to get it. Your anger tells you you've been disrespected. Your calculation tells you how to address it without losing your advantage. Your fear tells you a risk is dangerous. Your calculation tells you if the reward outweighs the danger. Your excitement tells you an opportunity is tempting. Your calculation confirms whether it is truly worthy. Most people let their emotions hold the pen that writes their destiny, and then they wonder why the story always ends the same. Not you. Say this to yourself now. I am the master of my emotions, not their slave. Number 6. The power of strategic detachment. The moment you become desperate for an outcome, you lose all influence over it. Attachment makes you weak. It makes you predictable, and the predictable are easy to bend. When you need someone's approval, they own you. When you need a specific job, the employer holds all the cards. When you need a relationship to survive, the other person senses they can mistreat you without fear. Strategic detachment does not mean indifference. It means wanting the best, but preparing for every possibility. It means desiring success, while never depending on one path to reach it. Machiavelli wrote, "The promise given was a necessity of the past." The word broken is a necessity of the present. The world shifts constantly. To cling desperately to one outcome is to hand your leash to chance. Always have alternatives. Always have plans B, C, D. That is how you maintain leverage. When you are not desperate, you negotiate better. When you are not needy, people respect you more. When you are not attached, you are free to act boldly, to make the moves that actually create success rather than begging for it. Your peace must never depend on anyone's decision, but your own. Repeat it now. My peace comes from within, not from external validation. Number 7. Become the consequence. This is the final lesson, and it is the most important. Stop explaining yourself to those determined to misunderstand you. Stop justifying yourself to those who don't live with your consequences. Stop apologizing for wanting more, for demanding more, for becoming more. You are not here to make others comfortable with your success. You are not here to shrink so others feel tall. You are not here to beg forgiveness for ambition. Machiavelli declared, "It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." Your worth does not come from how others see you. It comes from the force of your choices, the weight of your results, the power of your presence. The highest form of strength is not performance. It is embodiment. Become the person who does not announce power, yet everyone feels it. Become the person who does not argue their worth, yet their results are undeniable. Become the person who does not defend their choices, because success itself is their defense. When you truly embody strength, you do not need to act strong. When you truly embody confidence, you do not need to convince anyone. When you truly embody success, you do not need to proclaim it. You are the consequence that others must face, not through noise, not through aggression, but through the silent, immovable reality of who you have chosen to become. Now step back and see what you have learned. Weakness is not a harmless trait. It is a calculated disadvantage, and every system around you works to program it into you. Weakness makes you prey. Weakness makes you a target. Weakness makes you easy to discard. Comfort, disguised as safety, is the trap that keeps you fragile and predictable. Discomfort, embraced with courage, is the crucible that makes you unstoppable. The lies you were taught, wait for good things, respect everyone, just be yourself, trust in fate, were designed to keep you still while others advance. Emotional reactivity makes you predictable. Calculation makes you dangerous. Attachment makes you desperate. Detachment makes you free. And above all, the ultimate transformation is not in how you act, but in who you become. Become the person others cannot ignore, cannot dismiss, cannot move without consequence. This is not about cruelty. It is not about coldness. It is about clarity. It is about claiming the life you are meant to live, without apology, without hesitation, without weakness. If these truths shook something inside you, then remember this: your weakness is not your identity. It is a habit you can unlearn. Every day you delay is another day the system profits from your obedience. Every day you accept weakness, you pay with power. But every day you choose strength, every day you choose calculation, every day you choose discomfort over comfort, you rewrite your destiny. Do not stop here. What you have heard today is only the beginning. The next lesson will cut deeper, expose more lies, and arm you with truths sharp enough to carve a new reality. Stay, because this journey has only begun.